Hey guys, it's Nazeebo and welcome back to another gameplay guide for Heroes of the Storm. Today we're going to be taking a look at the ranged specialist Nazeebo. He is doing some huge damage at the moment, both siege and hero damage, and really has a dominating presence on the map because he's just putting some crazy numbers at the moment. So if you haven't played Nazeebo before, we're going to be building this build around his spider build, which is his Q. It's corpse spiders. You throw you throw a jar, and it does a little bit of damage on impact, and it also spawns I think it's like 3 spiders initially that will stick to your opponent. That will hunt him down and do a whole little bunch of damage. Actually, first we're just going to pick up Death Ritual. This is a boost to Voodoo Ritual, so what that does is every time we attack something, we apply a small poison damage over time poison, and so it looks like we're going to be Nazeebo versus Nazeebo. The mirror matches are real. Okay. Yeah, so when we apply that poison to something and it dies under the effects of that poison, we will get a small amount of health and mana back. But now with Death Ritual, we also get a permanent buff. So at the moment, we've already gained a permanent 35 health, 21 mana, and this is really going to stack up as the game goes on. So we're just focusing on last hitting things, or at least hitting things within a 4-second gap, because that's how long our Voodoo Ritual lasts on the target. And so killing things while under the effect of that Voodoo Ritual will give us these stacks of Death Ritual. So this is one of the main things with Nazeebo that makes him so good, is he can, by the end of the game, be an absolute beast. Just really tanky, have a lot of health, and yeah, just a pain to sort of get down. Just trying to see if we can cap anyone in that zombie wall. We don't, but we will end up picking up the first kill with Stitches, which means we should go and activate the shrine, as we do have the man advantage. We're actually going to try zone out here, and we're going to cap Kerrigan in the zombie wall, but she unfortunately does escape fairly quickly with the help of her friends. Right, going to focus on Kerrigan once again. Oh no, we're actually getting chewed up by this Vala. So I'm gonna try making just a quick little escape here. And next we're going to pick up Spider Clusters. So this is the first of a few talents that we will be picking up to boost these spiders. Let them hunt. Look at them hunt, but they've actually changed target. That's full. Alright, we are currently a little behind on the minion count to get our Punisher. Oh, and a really good Kerrigan stun is going to eliminate, well, almost kill me. Yeah, well, focus objectives is true, but we also are getting smashed by the enemy team as well. But agreed, focusing objectives needs to happen. We did lose the first Punisher, unfortunately. So that means I'm actually going to split push. The first one here doesn't do that much damage. It's not that big of a deal. We can easily absorb what it does, but what we cannot do is lose out on this experience. And that's exactly what Vala was following me, knowing exactly what was going to happen, and we did manage to catch her in the zombie wall, but she vaulted out just in time. Once again, we're just going to focus on getting one of these last hits, getting the spiders out. I have to go back and tap. No, not yet. So as you can see, the first Punisher doing not too much work structurally. Did get a couple walls down, so, I mean, that is something, but usually if you have the opportunity to soak a lane while the Punisher is active, you're definitely going to be ahead, because the experience gained from just these first minion waves is still substantial. Hungering Arrow doing some work. Now, I actually don't want to leave lane until I get some backup, because I don't want to miss out on this experience. So I'm just going to play a little bit more passively, a little bit safer. And Hungering Arrow is unfortunately going to wipe me out. Is it a Hungering Arrow build? It is. Alright, so we got to be super careful of that Hungering Arrow eliminating. Well, basically, the whole thing about that build is you want to solo out a single person, so the Hungering Arrow keeps floating around and hitting the same person. So, yeah, really well done by that Vala, picking her time and place and taking me out, watching me leave the fight and then hunting me down. But not to worry, we're back up. Shrines will be back up in a few seconds. Unfortunately, our Muradin going down as well at a really bad time, because that means he will miss the start of the Shrines phase. I will not activate the Shrine until we have all back up. And looks like Hammer is going to get caught in our wall, and now is a really good time to engage because we do have the man advantage. Gotta be careful, don't get caught in the opposing zombie wall or the hook. Actually going to chuck out a wall of our own, but unfortunately it just captures our own friendly player. This time this is a much better engagement for us. Unfortunately these guys don't count as last hits, so taking the objective does not count for your stacks of death ritual. Once again, I'm going to split push because as Nazeebo, I'm pretty damn good at that. The enemy Nazeebo recognizing the situation and then coming straight to defend me. Once again, as we split push, we are gaining experience from this lane that we otherwise would not be while we are helping the team, because the first few punishes are not super strong. Like they can do a lot of damage, but they're not the be-all and end-all. From here on in, though, I definitely want to start focusing down on the team fighting aspects. And now good flanking by the friendly team does completely delete that Nazeebo. And here we're going to pick up Gargantuan, as it is going to help us a considerable amount in team fights. Alright, so we're just going to help use the Gargantuan to split push, as it is a really short cooldown. Oh, here comes the Stitches. He's actually already losing a fair bit of health. Almost capped him in the wall. That was super unlucky. Alright, now that the Gargantuan has run out, we're going to play a little bit more safely because we don't have that sort of safety net, that backup. I'm going to use that wall to lock out the two enemies that were coming to kill me. Alright, we're going to tap once again for a mana this time. And we still do have the one-man advantage for a short period of time. So, actually make that for a longer period of time. So we are going to activate straight away. Alright, so because we have that man advantage, it is definitely a good time to activate. See if we can get this Kerrigan. Gonna chuck in the Gargantuan behind. Whoa, I'm gonna get picked off once again by that Hungering Arrow of Vala, doing a really good job there. But in the end, we do get the Punisher and an Arcane one to boot, which is really like the Arcane one. It can, if you're not careful, do some huge damage with these. Look at it, just chew through Stitches. Fat tanky guy like that, and it's just a really good. Sergeant Habit better watch out, or she is gonna die. Well, that was obvious. You can foresee that coming a mile away. Stitch is really, really low, is going to avoid the Nova. Oh, no, but he will not avoid the Arcane Beams. So here we're going to pick up Thing of the Deep. This is going to give us extra range on all of our abilities, and that's going to help us survive, hopefully, a little more, because we don't have to get too deep into the battle to do all of that stuff. So we're going to just jump back to last hitting these things. Building up those stacks. I kind of want to defend against that Vala down bottom, but she's got me scared. But now we have Gargantuan, so we have something else to soak up the Hungering Arrows. Alrighty. Not sure if I'm a huge fan of the Hungering Arrow build, just because it's completely... You take away a lot of its power when you're in team fights, because if the arrow hits a lot of multiple targets, it's far less effective. We're seeing a fair bit of play at the moment, so expect to see it around. So push this tower a little bit. Actually, no, I'm going to go help in the team fight. We do end up picking up the enemy Nazeebo, so that's a really good exchange for us. And are we going to grab these mercs? There we go. Oh, hang on. They were already taken. Whoops. Oh, couple frame drops. Still 10 seconds to go till shrines are up, but so we're just going to start making our way over. Oh, here we go. Chuck out the spiders onto Kerrigan. They're going to follow her for a fairly long period of time. We've got the Gargantuan just following me around, and I'm going to actually capture this Sergeant Hammer. She is an easy kill there when she doesn't move. And a really good Nova ultimate is going to pick up a kill there as well. Alright, so already 10 out of 30 of the Guardians are ours. You need to last hit them to be successful in claiming them for your team. Doesn't matter who does most damage, all that matters is who last hit the little minion. Oh, Nazeebo down here is going to be in a little bit of trouble, because I can easily capture him in my wall. I'm going to pick up Leaping Spiders. This is going to help our spiders stick to those targets and chase them down, doing a whole bunch of damage. Unchecked, unmitigated damage, because you cannot get away from it. Alright, I'm going to go in now and help the friendly team and help with the Punisher. See if we can get a few more of these kills. Zombie Wall coming out. A's going to pick up the Kerrigan and completely eliminate her from the battle. And actually the Kel'Thas Living Bomb is going to get the final kill on the Stitches as well. And just like that, we have a complete domination of the enemy team, so we should really be pushing for the next fort. Vala once again going down, getting blown up. We could potentially just push for the tower here. I'm going to drop down my Gargantuan to help me do that. Using his slam, he's going to help tank as well, and we easily pick that up. So now we do have catapults pushing the mid lane. It's going to make things a little bit harder for the enemy team, as they have to, well, keep an eye on that mid lane, as it will easily push to the core if they're not careful. So if we can drag this game out a little bit longer, it works in our favour. Friendly team, home team, doing a really good job of building pressure around the map, taking all the mer camps. I'm actually really good at taking mer camps. The spiders tank, the wall tanks, and the Gargantuan also tanks. So, where are the spiders? The spiders not tanking here. There we go. Making short work of that, and we're going to go and push this lane. So we can easily grab this fort if left unchecked. We do have a 3-level lead now, so I'm feeling confident leaving the home team alone 4v4. We've got 20 seconds till the shrines are up, so I'm going to try to do as much damage as I can in that time before I have to make my way. And we do end up getting that tower as well, that fort. So we got minions and catapults pushing mid while this shrine is getting activated, which is really good because while we're team fighting, they're going to be pushing. Actually, it doesn't even look like they're going to contend this, so not the worst decision, because like we were just mentioning, those merc camps could really do some damage to the core if left unchecked. Catapults and siege minions. But unfortunately, they're going to have now a Punisher to contend with as well. Alrighty, here we go. We're going to pick up Humongoid. This is going to give our Gargantuan a permanent ability. It will hang around until it dies, and that is really good because it can really affect the battle. We're going to use the slam as much as we can, and with the help of that poison, we will end up picking up the final kill hit on Vala. So a little bit of revenge there, I'm going to call it that. And with the wall, we blow up that Sergeant Hammer, and the team is dominated. So from here on in, we really should just push for core, as it's 25 seconds till they are all up and we can get in a lot of damage. Fortunately, my Gargantuan did die in that fight, but not to worry, because he would be up in 17 seconds if we had another 17 seconds to play. That is, because this is game over. You can just see how much siege damage we are doing, with really respectable sort of hero damage on top of that. If we did get involved in a couple more team fights, you would see that number skyrocket. But yeah, that was Nazeebo.